So today's lesson is very similar to the lesson from yesterday. We're talking about literal equations and how they actually apply and we use them. One common way that we use them is in formulas. Today's lesson will be taking formulas that you've probably seen before and manipulating them in the way that we do with literal equations to use them to solve a problem. So for example, the perimeter of a rectangle is given by the formula P equals 2L plus 2W. Really quick, what does the P stand for? Perimeter. What does the L stand for? Length. What does the W stand for? I already said it, it's width. So keep in mind, this could be L, this could be W. The perimeter is the distance all the way around on the outside. Frequently, you will be asked to solve for one of the letters. In this case, we'll try W. So we have P equals 2L plus 2W. So, our goal is to get the W all by itself. What's keeping it from being by itself? It's the L, the 2L, and the 2. So let's go ahead and subtract over the 2L. We'll get P minus 2L equals 2W. Now to finish it, to get it all the way by itself, we have to divide each side by 2, giving us W equals P minus 2L over 2. Now, a problem like this is usually going to be paired with an actual example that they want you to use your formula for. So in this case, we might say that the perimeter is 142 inches and the length is 28 inches. So how do we use it to solve? Well, we just plug in our values for P and L. So we get W equals 142 minus 2 times 28 divided by 2, or once you do the math on it, that becomes 43 inches. We'll try one more example. This one comes with a word of caution. So the area for a triangle is given by the formula 1/2 base times height equals area. If I wanted to solve this for height, what would be the first instinct to do? Well, the first instinct would be to take both sides and divide by 1/2 b. Here's my word of caution. While you can technically do this, dividing by a fraction or a decimal can give you some wonky answers later. I think it's a better idea, instead of dividing by that, to multiply both sides by 2 over 1, otherwise known as the reciprocal. You find the reciprocal by flipping the fraction. Dividing by fractions and decimals, it gets weird. You can't do it. I think you're in for a better, more consistent time if you just get in the habit of multiplying by the reciprocal as opposed to dividing by fractions or decimals. So in this case, if we multiply one side by 2, we must multiply the other side by 2, giving us base times height equals 2 area. If we're going to finish solving for h, we divide both sides by b, giving us h equals 2a over b. Now, a problem like this is probably going to give us some numbers to use. I don't like the yellow color. So in this case, let's say that the area is 60. We'll go centimeters squared. And the height, the base, is 12. centimeters squared. I mean, just centimeters. So then we just plug in our values. So we end up with h equaling 2 times 60 divided by 12. Well, we know that 12 goes into 60 5 times, meaning, so this is the same thing as 2 times 5, or 10. But that's not our final answer. Make sure we also include the h equals 10 centimeters. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to answer them.